Alright, this is grading exercise video 5-2. We need to grade the asphalt road, shoulders, swales, and culvert pipe here. So this is the culvert pipe. Those are wing walls where the pipe goes in, comes out. This road, this is a low point. It's like a valley or a swell, a natural valley. So the road comes down and then it comes down this direction. So it comes down and then it goes up. The water has to come down and you have to bring it under the road. This is the road. On each side we have shoulders. This shoulder drains this way into this ditch. The ditch comes down here, goes into the pipe, and continues on down the drainage way. So let's go ahead and get started. They give us some information up here. I'm going to try and keep it so it shows as much as I can, but you can still see the instructions at the top. So I'll tape this down and we will get started. So, all right. Put this down. I'm going to grade this. This is going to end up in at least two videos. The first part, the first thing we have to do is grade the road, the shoulders, and the ditch. Then we're going to grade out the swale and drainage underneath the road. So what we may do is do the road first, and then I'll pause, do another video, so it's not such a long, drawn-out video. So to get started, the crown of this road has a crown, and it's asphalt, so it's going to have not a, it's going to have a rounded contour versus the straight that you would have for concrete. And again, as I said, it's going to come down this way and come down this way. Two different directions, so this road's not going one direction, and they give you the low point right here of 52.5. That's the low point of the road, and then the culvert or pipe is below that elevation there. This is the road. So with that, we can get started where we always start when we have a center line and we have a known elevation and slope. We start by dog is growling. Here, interrupted there for a second. So what we do, we start with the known elevation. We've got a slope. If this is 52.5, it's going uphill this direction and uphill this direction. So from 52.5, we got to get to the nearest whole contour, which is contour 52. So we've got to go half a foot vertically at 3%. We need to know horizontally how far we go to put that 52 or 53 spot elevation. So we're looking for, I'm going to write it right here. Horizontal equals vertical divided by slope. We know the vertical is half a foot, and we're going to divide that half a foot by the slope, which is 0.03. So we'll go 0.03, and that equals 0.5 divided by 0.03 equals 16.66 or 16.7 feet. This is, you can't see it, it's off the page. North is this direction, and the scale of this drawing is 20 scales, so we need our civil drawing, our civil scale. We're going to do it 20, and we said it's 16 feet, so let's just go 16.6, puts us right about there. And we can write the elevation because it's going uphill this way. We'll write the contour above it. So it's 53. Let's go the same direction, the same distance the other direction, 16.7. Puts us right there. and that's contour 53. And if we went half a foot, and it was, I should write this down here, 16.66 or 7. So to go, now we're going to go from 53, we got to go to 54 and 55 on both sides. So now instead of a half a foot, we're going to go a full foot, which will basically just double this number. So 1 divided by 0.03 equals 1 divided by 0.03, 33.3. 33.3 feet. So you got to measure 33.3 feet for 54 and then to 55, same on both sides. So let's go ahead and do that. 33.3 puts us right here. Can we go another one? Nope, off the page. So this direction we'll go 33.3. So it looks like we only have room for 2 contours. And then draw your guideline across. All your contours, I'm drawing it lightly, just as a guide. And now we know we're going to do that calculation where we go from here, we're going to go down 2% because they say crown of the road is 2%, shoulders are 2%, swell along the side of the road is 6 inches deep, maximum slope 5 to 1. So 2% is the crown of the road, so you know it's going 2% from the center point, 2% this way, and 2% this way. And since it's on this side, it's going this direction, we're going to go down at 2%. So then we got to go uphill at 3%. So down 2%, up 3%. So down 2 for the slope of the road, crown of the road, and then 3% because we got to follow that longitudinal slope. So let's go. How far is this road? This road is 24 inches wide, or 24 feet wide, so 12 feet is half the distance of the road. So what we're trying to do is figure out what our vertical drop is, which vertical equals horizontal times slope. We know that it's 12 feet horizontally, and we multiply that by 2% because they gave us that up here. They said the crown of the road's 2%. 0.02 equals 12 times 0.02 equals 0.24 feet. That's vertical, right? So we dropped point from here, which this is 53, this here is 54. We dropped from 54 down 0.24 feet, and since we dropped down, now we've got to go up 0.24 feet, but at 3% now, right? Because we went down, now we got to go up, and we got to find out what that horizontal distance is, where that 54 contour hits the side edge of the road. So we're going to figure out what the horizontal distance is. We know what the vertical is, right? We said it's 0.24 because we dropped 0.24, and then we're going to divide that by the slope, which is the vertical slope because we're going this direction now, 0.03, and that equals 0.24 divided by 0.03, 8 feet. So we went down, now we got to go up 8 feet. So now we'll just put my glasses on, and then we'll draw 8 feet. So that puts us right there. 8 feet. And do this now that we know this, we can do this on all the contours, right? Just go 8 feet. 8 feet. And then we're going the other direction here, so we're going down, but now we got to go up 8 feet this direction, the opposite direction, because the street's going a different direction. So here's this and that. Now we can draw in our contours real quick. So this one goes kind of like this, and an arch. So we'll draw that. That's 54, and here's 53, 52, this direction, 52, here's 54 again. Okay, so we've got our contours going this direction and this direction. Now let's do this shoulder over here. And the shoulder, they say it's still sloping at 2%. So now, draw your little guides again across the shoulders now instead of the road. Little guidelines. So now we're going to go, still going down. Now this is 6 feet wide, this shoulder. 6 feet wide. We're going down at 2%. So we're going 6 feet. We got to find out what the vertical is. Vertical, horizontal times slope. So we're going to go, I'm going to stay on the page here. 6 feet times 0.02 equals 6 feet times 0.02. 6 times 0.02 equals 0.12 equals 0.12. So this is dropping 0.12 feet, and we got to go downhill because it's draining this direction. We got to go downhill. We got to go uphill, same distance, 0.12 feet vertically, but now it's at, again, 3%. So we go to get our vertical, it's right here, horizontal, which is, we're trying to figure out what our horizontal is. It's vertical, which is 0.12, 0.12 divided by our slope, 0.03, and that equals 0.212 divided by 0.03. 4 feet. So all we got to do is go this direction now 4 feet, because that equals 4 feet. So we went down 2%, dropped 0.12 feet. Now we're going to go up 0.12 feet at 3%, and that's 4 feet. So we got to go 4 feet horizontally. So we'll just draw those in real quick. On all your edges of your shoulders. It's nice, once you do the calculation, you can draw these all in. You don't have to do each one individually. So now you've got contours like this. This one's going the opposite direction. So like that, and that, opposite direction, that, and this. So now, what we're doing is we're going and draw these. Don't forget to draw these arrows, because this tells the contractor what they're doing, because they don't have the instructions like this on the plans. You have to tell them this information. 2%, and it's going this direction, 2%, and this direction, 2%. So the contours, draw in red here, are not the contours but the drainage. See, it's going this direction because it's going downhill this way. So it's going off the street this direction and off the street this direction. So this water is going off the street onto the natural terrain and then going down into this swell. On this side, we've got to catch it and bring it down so that it can go underneath the road. That's why we've got to do a ditch on this side. So what do they tell us about this ditch? Let's draw our guidelines across real quick. Just perpendicular. And so now we're going to go this way. We're going to go, we went down, up. Now we're going to go down. We're going down how far? 6 inches. It says it's 6 inches deep, so we're going down 6 inches. If we're going down 6 inches, we got to go uphill 6 inches with that contour. So we know that this longitudinal slope is 3%, follows the road. We're going to try to find what the horizontal distance is, which is vertical divided by slope. We know we dropped 6 inches, which is half a foot, or same thing as 0.5. That's vertically, you're dropping 6 inches. And then we got to divide that by the slope of 0.03, which we did right here, right? 0.5 divided by 0.03. It's the same distance here. It's going to be 16.7 feet. All right, we already did the calculation here, so let's not do it again. So measure, if we went down, now we got 16.7 feet. Let's measure 16.7 feet. This is right about here. Here. 16.7 and 16.7 right there. And then we can just, so this side, it's got to go, we're going downhill, so we got to go uphill. This one, the contour is going to go just the opposite. So let's draw those in real quick. And if we go down, we got to come back up to the other side of the ditch. So real quick, draw these in, and then this will be, we're gonna, and one other thing, okay, I drew these at a V like that, so it's kind of a V ditch. In reality, what you want to do, let's draw more of a round, so it looks like a ditch, more of a ditch with a round bottom. Let's do that over here. Let's do that on the top side too, just to be consistent. It'll look better. So let's just erase this, and we'll just go here like that. Looks a little better, less engineered and more, there we go, more natural. So we've done the road, shoulders, and the ditch. This ditch, same thing, it's at 3%, just follows the road, 3% this way, 3% this way. And this, you can put your arrows, all right, because it's a swell, so they're going the other direction. So this one's going downhill, this one, downhill this, and then they're going to go under the street. Okay, that ends this video. We'll go ahead and take a pause. The next video will grade out the culvert and swell.